Hello, my name is Andras Indrata. In this video, I will present about functions of language by Jeffrey Leach. Actually, Jeffrey Leach mentioned that language has five functions. They are informational, expressive, directive, aesthetic, fatigue. Okay, first of all, the informational function, which everyone tends to assume is most important. In fact, this function concentrates on the message. It is used to give new information. It depends on truth and value. For example, the car is big or the bus is crowded. The second one, language can have an expressive function. That is, it can be used to express its originator's feelings and attitudes. Swear words and exclamations are the most obvious instance of this. The speaker or writer of this function tries to express their feelings. He or she reflexes his or her impression. This function could give a clear image of the personality of the speaker or writer. The best example of this kind is poetry and literature. In fact, these functions evoke certain feelings and express feelings. Now, the third function of language is the directive function, whereby we aim to influence the behavior or attitudes of others. The most straightforward instances of the directive function are commands and requests. This function of social control places emphasis on the receiver end rather than the originator's end of the message. Examples of this kind are I want a cup of tea or close the door. It is clear that we use the language in a direct way. We ask someone to do something. Sometimes we can use a sentence to express to function. For example, I'm thirsty. The previous example could be used to show the condition of the speaker or writer or express the feeling in a way that a person asks someone to give him water. The fourth function is the aesthetic function, which is the use of language for the sake of the linguistic artifact itself and for no purpose. This aesthetic function can have at least as much to do with conceptual as with affective meaning. The function associated with the message, the vehicle is the poetic or aesthetic function. The sign taken as an end in itself. All art understood as art is taken to embody this function, and any object valued for its beauty rather than for its ideological value or usefulness, whether a George's car, an elegant teapot, or some acres of untouched real estate takes on this function. According to Leach, the fifth function is the photic function. This function of keeping communication lines keep open and keeping social relationship in good repair. Now for the most common example, in Britain culture, talking about the weather is a well-known example of this. We can say about this function that it is used for all normal talks. For example, when two people meet each other accidentally in a place, they start talking about something. And maybe this conversation may be unimportant but they keep talking because the sake of communication, like how are you, how are your children, and so on. We can say that it's kind of daily talking. It is not real meaningful, but it's good for the sake of conversation. That's all for my explanation about the five functions of language in this video, and thank you for the attention.